Get dominated.
Yay. Crazy 18 months.
Hello, lovelies. Hello. Hi, chatters. Hello. Sammy. Oh, fuck. Spotify reminder. Yeah, that's the thing. Thanks. Private session. Cool. Hi, Sammy. Congratulations on first. Arctic, hello. Ooh.
This is freaking Quasio. Hi Zam, name change at last.
Hello, Arctic. Hello, Sammy. Hello, Death. Hello, Cyber. Hello, Callum. Hello, Ollie. This is freaking Quasio, BT dubs. Thank you for the 18 months from Callum and the 26 months from Death. Crazy. Did you just resubscribe for 4 months at a time? Good God. Hello, princess. Hello, Weiss. You happy to see me? I am thrilled to see you. I am thrilled. I've got a little art I gotta be working on today. I got some lesbians to be drawn. I gotta get to work on me lesbians, you know. So that's what we're doing today. If the title of today's stream wasn't clear. Oh, I want to change my shirt. I often nip slip in this shirt. I'm gonna do my little intro, and then I fear I'm gonna have to change my shirt really quickly. I'm gonna have to do that just because I don't want to nip slip in the shirt. The shirt I do that often, so I just need to be aware. Twitch doesn't like when I do that. Chugging milk straight out of the milk. Death, you've got problems. Hello everybody, my name is Alexander and welcome home. I'm gonna close my camera immediately because I need to go change my shirt because I nip slip in the shirt a lot. So I'm just gonna close that. Corpse, get the fuck off of my Spotify, bro. Anyways, here we go. Hi, we're gonna do lesbians. Give me 1 second. I gotta change my shirt. I forget I'm just like lounging around in this shirt today, and I realized that I was like, ooh, I shouldn't be streaming in this. Should not. Should I wear something nice? What should I wear, chat? I would wear this, but no. Wait, I have new shirts, chat. I could wear a new shirt. I have a new shirt I can wear, and this is perfect. This is the perfect situation to wear this new shirt. You'll understand in a moment. Just give me a moment. I've never worn this shirt before. We'll see if I have any sensory issues with it. Sometimes I buy shirts and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna love this shirt, and then I put it on and I was like, oh my god, I can't wear it or actually kill myself. Sometimes that happens to me. Oh yeah, this is a wonderful new shirt. New shirt. Ah, perfect. You about to be blown away by this new shirt. Hold on. Wait. Ooh. Knock my piano over, bro. Ready? Bam! Fish shirt. It says everything matters. Do you like my fish shirt? It's got a back on it too. Do you like my? Tell me you like my fish shirt. Tell me you like my fish. Shout out to small artists. This is a small artist I buy shirts from every time I go to Pride Fest. I always go and buy one of them. I love. I probably won't keep this as a t-shirt because I hate t-shirts of this length. It's a really ugly length on me, so it'll probably become a tank top almost immediately. But like, I want to cut it off now. I can't stand look how long this is. Do you know? So this will probably become a tank top the way almost all of my shirts do, because I'm a trans man and I'm like legally obligated to turn all of my t-shirts into muscle tees. Can't help myself. Hey bastard. Mackenzie shirt, dead ass. We'll see if I can survive with it just like rolled up for today. And if not, we'll stop everything to cut the sleeves off my shirt. I just can't stand like medium length sleeves. They make me itch. So anyways, hi chat, how are we? I didn't stream yesterday because I was feeling really ill yesterday, but I feel better today. Today has been a really dramatic, stupid day, so that's been its own problem, and I'll tell you all about it. But we are working on. I've been like trying to like slowly finish up everything for Art Fight, and Art Fight. I have been like ready for Art Fight for genuinely so long at this point. Like I don't need to be doing anything else, but I can't help myself. I just keep doing more. So like I like the profile is done. If you haven't seen it yet, this is the Art Fight profile. It's gorgeous. I've been very happy with it so far. Burnt, very burnt. Oh, it's that time of year. It's burnt year. I said, I agree. Getting my histo tomorrow. Proud of you, EJ. That's gonna be so much fun. I mean, like not fun that way, but like fun in the way of like, thank God it's off my chest kind of thing. Yeah, that's so fair. Congrats on that. I hope your healing goes very well. Of being back to Death. This is so very nice and amazing. It's nice to have you as Death again. It's been, I feel like it's been a long time. Piso saying girls like boys do. Classic, good reference. Thank you, you're welcome. I finally sat down and bookmarked some characters. Yo, I've been bookmarking many things. So have I. I have a lot of bookmarks. I have a lot. I have 138 I haven't sorted. And I have 149 saved for this year. 9 of my friends so far. These are last year's I haven't cleaned out yet. And then this will be my revenge folder once it's time. But I have, 138 unorganized and 149 that are for sure teams that aren't mine. And I've been going through these slowly. Like, these are like my unorganized folders. I like slowly have been going through them as people like sort out to teams. So like these two weren't previously on a selected team. So I could add both of these to this year's now. Same thing, like all these are like slow, so like all these should be in my new folder now. I've just been like slowly organizing. So that's been my process. But I saved mine to my phone, so I have options on the first day. Yeah, I'm gonna wait another couple of days before I start saving, because sometimes people will change references all the way up to like the night before. And we still have 5 days and 16 hours. So that is where we're at. My tips for Art Fight as the days crawl up to us is save a couple of references before it begins, because you know usually day 1 or 2 it goes down, you can't access the site. And save when you click on a character. Save this ID right here. Oh, you can't see it because of my big fat stupid face. Hang on, give me just a moment. Hold on. This right here. This ID for any character that you're drawing, save that ID, because on the off chance that the owner of the character deletes the character before you can submit your attack, if you have this ID saved, see how you can copy it? Then you can still submit the attack even on a archived or deleted character. That has happened before. So do not waste like all day drawing a character and then not be able to submit it because you don't have the ID because they deleted the character. So remember to save those, screenshot them, whatever you got to do. That's my tip for my first years. Just to be safe. Save yourself the problem. Deleting a character mid art fight is diabolical, and it is definitely. Oh, bye ad watchers. Enjoy your ad. I'll see you when you're back. It is definitely frowned about. Music's loud today. I'm got it. Let me know if that's good. Oh, it's because I haven't turned it down on here still, because I only have it in one ear right now. So then I should be able to put it here. Let me know if this is the more of a correct volume. I made a slight adjustment so that I'm also not hearing it too loud. But yeah, like it just in general, it is generally frowned upon by the community, but it does happen. For those of you who don't know today, I'm working on drawing Brianna and Genesis. These are my ladies, my lovely, lovely ladies. So I'll be working on drawing them today. Because I have them really high up on my art fight and they don't have all 6 of their drawings. They don't need to have 6, but I would like to have them. Down under, yeah, these are my Black Australian lesbians. Because it doesn't get much nicher than this. That's my duo. I don't even have it mentioned anywhere in here that they're Australian. I should mention that somewhere that they are from Australia. Every time I remember that, I'm just always like, oh god. Sorry, they're Australia. Their story takes place in Australia. Ollie decided that, and I just agreed, and now it's canon, because their story is not written. And I was like, man, I've got to figure out, like, where does this story take place? And Ollie was like, Australia. And I was like, okay, sure. Like, and so I just, because I didn't have any strong opinions about where it took place. And now they're just from Australia, I guess. I have no idea. Yeah, near Sydney. And listen, I'll do whatever. I didn't have any strong opinions. So this is who we are now. I don't talk about them being from Australia because it doesn't really matter. But it does exist. Also, people saying that they don't know who Death is, or like don't remember your name being Death, like shakes me to my core. Just because that, like, you changing your name to anything except for Death threw me off for so long. I thought you were somebody else. Like, every once in a while, people be changing their names, then I'm like, who are these people? Does it still work if high schools in Australia don't have organized sports? It's club. Listen, I'll figure out the details of it eventually. I've never actually written their story, so it doesn't matter significantly. As long as you can, like, if you can compete in some way, it'll make it happen. Hey Izzy, hope you're well. As long as I can get these two to compete some way. I don't know anything about sports, and I don't just not with the high school. Yeah, it doesn't have to be within the high school. Yeah. I've decided Nora played soccer in college, even though she can't do that because she's a woman. Yeah, sometimes you just be deciding things. So anyways, that's all that's going on for what today. And I already have the base drawing because I was drawing during dinner today. And it's this. We've got some lesbians in the goddamn pool. So it's probably a club too, even if that didn't exist either. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm just riding with it. It doesn't need to be through the high school. She just competed in high school. So we're gonna make it happen. So now I have to figure. Also, there's this thing I did with my characters. I can show you because me and the friend group were doing it. Wait, if I hide this, those of you who haven't seen it on Discord already, I did this for my characters, which was comparing all of their side profiles. And I know a bunch of you also played along in the Discord and were doing this as well. But this was just such a cool way to be like, okay, which of my character side profile like stands out? Which ones are recognizable? And this was like so weird. Like this is one of those like every once in a while I look at one and I'm like, I don't know. There's a couple characters that I'm like, yes, so obvious, and there's a couple characters that I'm like, nah, maybe. Like specifically, this group is like the least like obvious, or even like this group. Like these are like the least obvious faces to me, but like obvious for stupid reasons, obvious. Like I know these people so well. But like this was really fun to do. And then I was quizzing people, and then if you turn the hair on, here's everybody. But I was like, what a cool little way to like, okay, these are all these side profiles. So it's one of those little like, honestly, Othello and Kane personally are my most like obvious side profiles. Other than like Embry doesn't really get to count because Embry looks like this. And they don't look like anybody else. So that's its own situation. But these were fun. So anyways, that was like a quick thing I did that I wanted to be like, hey, look at this thing I did. Anyways, let's draw lesbians. This is my idea. This is what I'm gonna do. I found a pose that I liked and I'm just running with it. And I don't know 100% what I'm doing yet. This is just like where I'm gonna try to go with it. And I don't know. Yeah, we're doing underwater lesbians today. And then like color wise, Eh. I was just gonna do. Where's my paints? Like I was just gonna do, like pretty basic. I was gonna do maybe like you know how like there's like tiled pools, where they're like every other tile is blue. Like I was gonna do like these, but I can't decide if I actually want to do tiles or if I just want to like just have it be blue tiles with like white grout or something. I don't know what looks more like pool like, you know? So I was trying to decide like whatever that is, or I was just gonna do the whole thing like this, and then you do how so like and just have it be like that. So I'll do something of that form. And then this will be the water up here. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I have to look up the specific time and location accurate pool tiling. Like, okay, Australian club pool. Sure. Let me look up images. Pool tiles. Tiles. You know what? This is actually like exactly what I was looking for. Nope. This. Wait. This. That's like exactly what I was looking for. I want like these. This is the vibe I'm going for. Like this is what I want to do. I want like this. This is the goal. So I'll probably do this. So that's actually kind of the plan. That's what I end up doing. I'm gonna be so real. Yeah, I've gone down so many fucking rabbit holes of useless crap. If it's important, I will, and if not, I just don't care, so I don't. Like, especially if it's just like minor stuff like this of like, what are the pool tiles? Like, I don't, because I don't care. But I was saying you joke, but inevitably somebody will come in. Actually, actually this, yeah, actually abysmal. That's why I have to do endless historical research, because someone will find a way to call me stupid. Yeah, the thing is, they can call me stupid and my answer will be, I don't care. Like, actually, pool tiles looked like lick my balls. But they actually looked like lick, find my balls, find them, discover them, lick them, move on. Like that would be, that unfortunately, that's my take. But so the pool tiles are like this color. And then there's like darker blue ones that are like just around. So then this will like, maybe not get Gaussian blur, but like whatever. And then I'll do some kind of where I'll do like these, you know? I'll make it work. I have to sneeze. Okay. I need to stop doing it so much. I have the Yarmouth Fish and Boat official government website bookmarked. Australia doesn't have pools, yeah. I'm eating big mandarin, vitamin C. Just in case someone gets mad that I had them catch a brook trout before they were officially stocked in Darling and Allen's Lake in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. You know, I would. I forgot I was supposed to be reading Mariner. Oh, God. 3 streams in, I'm your biggest fan. So real rotten. Yeah, I just, like, the reality is, I just don't care, because I'm never doing that when I'm reading. I'm never being like, this doesn't feel factually correct enough. Like, I just don't care. And sometimes I honestly feel more bogged down when a book is, like, so desperate to get across, like, how accurate it is. I don't run into it in books, but I run into it in fan fictions, where people get, like, so niche specific to this exact place and this exact time, this exact location, and, like, whatever. But like some fan fictions get really bogged down with trying to be like so clear that they're factually correct, rather than just being like, yeah, I'm making sure I get my facts straight and that you know that. There's a line. I want to go to Nova Scotia. By God, do I know a lot about it? And not even, I would say not even by choice, but like you absolutely did this to yourself. This is a hole that you fell down by choice. All right, I need to like nail my design down, and then we can. I'm trying to decide what level of stylization I want to do this drawing in. I'm always like trying to find a new thing to experiment with. It's like what else can I change? And this is going to be like a little bit off because obviously they're kissing, so lips are going to be weird. But Jen's got a very short round face, and Brianna's got like a much longer, like ovular face. And Brianna's got detached earlobe. But not that that really matters to most people, but it matters in my head, I swear. I like that shape. Ears matter way more to me than they should. But like, they're so unique. But like, that's kind of the vibe for her. I generally do research for the purpose of picking and choosing what I want to keep accurate. Yeah. I don't want certain things to be accurate because that's boring and also cringe. I'm Canadian, so like I know an okay amount about it. To this day, the worst fanfic experience I ever had was My Hero Academia fic with support course Deku, where someone tried to get super technical about the engineering behind a lightning sword and it was all wrong. Yeah. When people try to go down a niche they don't know a lot about is always that's always like a painful thing to watch happen. Like if they're like really trying to it's when they're really trying to like be like flex about it, where they're like really trying to show off and it's just not working because they're wrong. That is like it's not fun to watch. Something like this. It's just wrong, awful, the worst secondhand embarrassment I've ever had. I honestly I'm never like embarrassed about it just because like you're still like you're writing a fan fiction, you're having a good I see a fruit fly or a gnat. There's one, and where there's one, there's more. God, dear God, there's a fruit somewhere in this house I have to get rid of. Whatever it is, I have to throw it away before this begins. But like I'm never like secondhand embarrassed about like stuff like that because like also you still like wrote a story. So it's like you're like clearly very excited about this thing and like you're putting a lot of like work and effort into it. Like and like hey, good on you, because plenty of people never even wrote anything at all and you are like really excited about this thing that like clearly you've done some research on, even if you're not quite right, but like you're trying. It means something to you and like go off, man. That's one of those like things that's just like whatever. Because I've gotten stuff wrong for sure, like for sure. And it's always just like the experience of like how wrong have I really been, where it's kind of like the same thing with like I don't know, like reading Ad Astra. I'm sure there are things that are wrong about like the engineering and space rules about it. And it's also a story about aliens, and I really don't care that it's wrong. So like it's just like suspension of disbelief because it doesn't matter. And I even apply that sometimes like the medical stuff like is one of those things that like I know a lot about the medical world and I know when things are wrong, but I also don't care because I'm willing to suspend my disbelief for the sake of the story sometimes. Like there are characters I have written who have medical conditions where I'm certainly not writing them 100% accurate because I'm not writing it to be like a medical representation of this thing. I'm just writing it because I want to, and it's going to be a little bit inaccurate. And that's just got to be life. My worst fear is people feeling that way about my writing. Yeah, you can include things you don't know, but don't like put 3 pages worth of technical description. Yeah. The Michael wave is loud. I'm sorry. My brain just gets in a tizzy because I've had assignments where I have to pinpoint every engineering inaccuracy in a movie clip. Yeah. It's ruined for me. Can I be Brianna? God, I wish. Well, the benefit of being generally unclever is that I've never noticed immediate inaccuracy in my entire life. I have, but like if it's big enough that it causes a plot hole, then it matters to me. Like that matters a lot to me. Like if you're like, okay, but like science, like if the science or the medicine or the whatever it is wrong enough that it causes a plot problem, where if you had gotten it right, the plot would be different, that means something to me. And if not, then it just, I don't super care. Whether it is medical or engineering or anything else, like it is 100% unlike, is this relevant to like, would the plot be different had you gotten this right? And if not, man, I just don't care. I've just like kind of in like a, it really is like a toss up on why it matters. If it matters, then it might. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Trying to just, drawing swimsuits is always hard for me because I'm always trying to figure out how the fuck swimsuits sit on people's bodies. I'm just never quite correct, but I'm doing my damnedest. Doing my best. Can make sure everybody's hand is the correct hand, and everybody's foot is the correct foot, and everything else doesn't matter, because that has been an issue before. It's such a good hand. I whipped that hand out well. Everything gets past me. The only thing I've ever noticed is the commonly big bell jar in 10 Things I Hate About You, because I've read that book and it is simply not that long. Bell jar? It's simply not that long. Yeah, I most of the things I notice are so insignificant, and it just doesn't matter. Yeah, like, it's a book. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's what I was figuring, because you said I've read the book and it's not that long. Like, the book was depicted too large. I decided I would rather do literally anything but draw a ref sheet for Neo right now. That's fair. What if instead of drawing a ref sheet, you just draw them for fun? Also, anybody else, Biscoff cookies literally the best thing in the entire world. I literally made coffee today so I could have a coffee to dip my Biscoff cookie in, because I wanted one. I keep stealing them from this place I go to, and by stealing I mean they have a please take one, they're free jar, and I always take 2, because I'm a naughty boy. I take 1 to eat while I am there, and I will take another to eat when I am home. And then one time, I left the place that we went, and I went outside, and there was a Biscoff cookie on the ground, still in its wrapper, and I was like, ooh, don't mind if I do. And I looked up, and there was a second one, and I was like, ooh, don't mind if I do. And then I looked up, and there was a third one, and I was like, ooh, don't. I'm getting lured into a trap, aren't I? I picked up like 6 before I was like, uh-oh, I'm getting Looney Tunes. I'm like straight up getting Looney Tunes. I can't remember if I've ever had one. They are delish. They're cookies specifically meant to be dipped in coffee. Yeah, genuinely, ooh, a piece of candy. Like genuinely that bit. But like, yeah, that bit. But me, Biscoff, I have proof. I have 7 of them sitting over there. I have so many. But a Biscoff cookie dipped in a hot coffee, there's few things in the world I like more. This and like any equivalent to this, like Stroop waffles, same vibe. Literally would leave my family behind for a Stroop waffle. Oh, delicious. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ara was laughing. Your shirt is a very nice blue. Thank you. It's got a fish on it. It's got a fish and it says everything matters. Shout out the small artist that made this. I don't know her name or their name. I don't know. All right. Oh, I hate when I only have one headphone in and I can tell that like this feels normal because I'm hearing music and this one doesn't have a headphone in. So I go to reach up to like fix the headphone because I feel it slipping out and I realize there's no headphone there. I'm just like, where am I? Shout out to Fish Shirts. Hey, thanks, Death. Shout out to Fish Shirts. Brianna is like, you're not super prom. Something like this. And then Jen is, she's just got those little brows. These are my lesbians! Look! They look like them now. Bro, my lesbians! Please! Your ear would be like here. My lesbians. I just ate cinnamon little bites. I yearn for a cookie. I cannot, however. I'm sorry. I need to do character sheets, but I simply have not drawn in 1,000,000 years. I'm sorry. Shout out to lesbians. Yo, Death. Shout out to lesbians. You're so right. You're so right. Shout out to every lesbian ever right now. Just know that, you know, I believe in you. Me, a man, believes in you, lesbians. And really, what more could you ask for? How old are they in this? Well, okay, so this would be... they'd probably be... I want to say, like... Well, it kind of depends. If I'm drawing Brianna's hair long, like, because I genuinely am drawing Brianna's hair, like, long. I like to do that. So I'm generally drawing her, like, 19-ish. Like, 18, 19. Because, like, so, like, Brianna starts transitioning this summer when she's 18. And then she moves away to college. And then she stops transitioning. And then she resumes transitioning, like several months later or whatever. Like Brianna also doesn't medically transition ever. She just grows her hair out essentially and like dresses however she wants. So this is, but she also has like, she doesn't have like necessarily short hair. She just like puts it into more feminine things. So like this could be like the main plot time, in which case she would be like 18 or 19 years old. They both would be. Like they're fairly young for like the most of this story. At the oldest, they'd be in like their early 20s, but like they'd still be in college. But I'd be saying 18 or 19. This could be main plot, in which case it's the summer before college. Thanks, Sander. You're welcome, local lesbian. As a lesbian with the first shirt, I'm really just shouting myself out, not gonna lie. Yeah. Unintentionally, but I just did make that connection. Every lesbian should have a fish shirt, I fear. I wish I could upvote your comment. Yeah, shout out to you. We cannot start calling Death Ghost. Death's name is Death, not Ghost. I'm correcting you only because I have to, or I'll go crazy. We cannot start giving you another new name. We can't keep handing names out like this. We gotta pick a name. Everybody pick a fucking name. No more name changes. I officially no longer support name changes. Fuck trans people and fuck their names too. /J, obviously. If you don't have a fish shirt, I took it. Fish fear me, women love me. Exactly. Reese, you can't be confiscating the fish shirts from the lesbians. I picked George. Well, that's your final answer. Sorry, Rotten, you're George now. I want to go by Ivia now. Ivia could be kind of cute. You'd really have to like commit though. I think you'd end up going by Ivy. Like if you genuinely like, yeah, my name's Ivia, I'd be like, yeah, you're Ivy. Soft launching Livy. If you ever wanted to be Livy, I would call you Livy. You like literally any one of my friends know that they can just be like, I want this name now, and I will just you don't have to soft launch. You can hard launch. Just be like, this is my name now. Heard. I'll flip a coin between Arctic and Fox. You just get the middle of it. You get Tickif. You're Tickif now. You're Tickfo. I'm pretty committed to Jess since I did like paperwork about it. That's fair. If he looks like a really sad face, yeah. Tickif I am. How's it going, oily? That's how I ended up with Sam. And listen, how people choose their names is such an experience. I met a person whose name was Faye, which is like great name. And I later found out that when her and her wife got their names changed, she changed her last name, and so did her wife, to WYLDS. Just to write this down. That was her name. Faye Wilds. Her real legal name was Faye Wilds. And that's fucking awesome. The coolest name I have ever heard. It does not, yeah, it goes hard as hell. Have I told you guys about Turtle? I also have a turtle. Turtle was the name of the guy who used to come to our school and give us presentations on Turtle, and his full legal name was Turtle. He pulled his idea out. The whole thing. To be fair, I go by Scarlet, but half my friends still call me Sam. You could go by either. You can go by both. I kind of want every nickname that isn't Liv, but I can't be so greedy. You could be greedy. What is every nickname for Ollie or for Olivia? It's Ollie. I've used Alls. I've called you Olipop a couple of times. You could do Liv. You could do Livy. You could do Oil, I guess, like she was saying. I'm trying to think of what else can you... O? Just the letter O? Ollie Oxenfree? Yep. I have a song I listen to called Ollie Oxenfree. Good vibe. Olive? Yeah. Turtle Pest Turtle, so just went by Turtle. I love that. I used to be really insecure about my name because I go by several names. And the name I originally wanted to go by, I was insecure about choosing because it was based off a TV show. And I was like, what if I don't like this TV show later? Or what if people realize like that it's from a TV show, which no one would ever, literally ever would. But I was like, what if people think like that's cringe or whatever? Or like, what if I regret it? And so I just picked Alexander because I was like, oh, that's easier. Ollie, Livy, Livia, Via I didn't even think of. Oracle, Obelisk, Open Door, those are not nicknames. The guy my name was based on got traded to the Milwaukee Brewers. Shout out Milwaukee Brewers. But yeah, I used Alexander for like 4 years before I was like, uh-oh, it turns out I actually wanted that name I wanted in the beginning the whole time and changed my name again. But most of my friends do not like change because I have now taken on the Tubbo situation. So my online persona name is still Xander. Like my online name will always be Xander, and my friends all just call me Xander in the same way that like Tommy calls Tobias Tubbo, right? Because nobody calls Tubbo Tobias or Toby. They call him Tubbo because that's his online name. Like, and like Rambu gets called Rambu, and like whatever Techno gets called Techno. Like they don't get called their real names by their friends, even in like real life. And Tommy and Tubbo are obviously friends IRL, but Tommy still calls him Tubbo because we all know him as Tubbo. So all my friends still just call me Xander, but that's just like not my name anymore. And I like my name is changed at work, and like it's like my ID, not my legal ID, but like my work ID and badges all say it. And I'm like slowly launching it amongst other people. So like when I introduce myself to new people now, I introduce it with my new name. But like then I really get people confused. Like I was helping my friend Courtney move, and Courtney was introducing me to her family as Xander. And then people who were meeting me for the first time were like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was using my new name. And then people were like, "Where's Xander? I thought Xander was coming." And Courtney's like, "That's Xander." And they're like, "He told me he had a different," and it just became a problem. And so now I explain that Xander is a middle name, and I just go by it so people don't get confused. Yeah, Ollie trying to tell Millennie our names at breakfast, and she got like every name wrong. Yeah, I told my friend everyone's name outside the diner, and I walked into the diner, and everyone included themselves as a different name. Yeah, it's yeah. It's just, listen, this is what you get around a group of fucking queers, is that none of us can pick a fucking name. Xbox gamertag so good it transcends the game kind of situation. Exactly that. We want to change our legal name so bad. We know exactly what we want it to be, but God, money costs. Yeah, the thing is, I've known my name for a while, and I'm just not going to change it legally because A, it costs money, and B, the government sucks, and I don't care what the government thinks my name is. The government still thinks I'm my dead name, and the government can think I'm my dead name for the rest of my life, and I don't care. I just don't care. Like, I literally could care less. So, me and TG28A1 are going places, genuinely. It's so exhausting changing your names legally. Yeah, I won't be doing that because like I said, I could not care less what the government thinks my name is. The government is going to think I'm a woman until the day that I die, and they're going to be wrong about it, and they're going to be confused about it, and I just don't care, bro. And I know for a lot of people, like, it is really important, and that's like a very like important part of transition is like getting their names updated. And for me, sorry, man, just I can't bring myself to care. I just can't. Like, it just is what it is. Trying to remember how I had Brianna's hair. This is gonna be one of the braids. So I have like the two in the center that go back. I know two women who are divorced but couldn't be bothered changing their names back because changing the first time sucks so much. Yeah, it would be easier for us than most. We barely have anything we have to change it on, but we can't afford shit right now. Are we still using Xander for you? Yes. I will, for as long as I am on the internet, will always be Xander. Xander is my name. That is my online name. My friends still call me that. Like, it's just not like my legal government name. It's not what my work calls me. It's not going to be what my I can eventually get my family to get it figured out. Like, it's not how I introduce my new people. Like, online, I am Xander. That's just how it is. Like, and my friends can call me whatever the fuck they want. I've already told my friends you can call me whatever. I'll still respond. So like, I just like I just know that that's not like my. It's not my preferred name, but it's not my preferred name. I don't know how to explain it. It's not my preferred name, but it's not my preferred name. Xander is just one of my names. It's just not like gonna be my like government work name. You know? Trying to figure these braids out. Is there a bug flying around? Fuck. I prefer having a different name amongst my friends versus everyone else. Yeah, I'll do whatever. I've been low-key debating adding to our chosen first name, not gonna lie. Never too late. Does Zephyrim seem weird? I mean, no. I mean, it's definitely an odd name, like, when it comes to cis people, but as trans people go, no. I've seen weirder. Guaranteed. Yeah, the dead name game. My sibling also regrets their middle name but doesn't want to change it again. I wish I could introduce myself as rotten and not get like shot or something. That's the thing, is that like you could, and people would be like, "That's your name," and you'd be like, "Uh huh." Like you just gotta like just stand on business. You just gotta decide like, "Yep, that's my name." Got a problem? Lore question about where in the world does Myra's story take place? So Myra is in the same group of people as Azazel and Othello. So this is like a visual of their kind of there's our dear Myra. Um it's not the real world, so there isn't an exact place for it. It's a place that kind of has two main seasons, like a wet season and a dry season, like a season where it rains a lot and a season where it doesn't. They don't exactly have winter. Like it doesn't really snow here at all. It's generally fairly temperate. Lots of like trees and forestry. There's a lot of wisteria in the town specifically she lives in. Very grassy hills. There's like rivers and stuff, but like there isn't like a specific place that like how that like it doesn't, there isn't a location like specifically. I need to know what kind of flowers grow there. You could do almost anything when it comes to flowers. I have drawn Azazel with flower crowns of almost every type of flower that you can think of. Where was the really detailed one I drew? I don't think it's this one. No. But like I've drawn like just a billion different types of flowers. Like you could draw just about anything. Purple is like the most important, but when I draw her with flowers, like you could make up whatever you want. There is no like canonized there, so you could go crazy. I get so used to people calling me Cyber that I forget my name's my name. Yeah, sometimes the online name takes on its whole thing. I've joked about not only calling Emily by her middle name, but nicknaming it and just becoming Lizzie. Yeah, you could really just come up with whatever. I can never decide. Yeah, I feel culturally insensitive. Yeah, here's a bit different. Helpful. I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm sorry. I don't have like a good hard answer on that one. I wish I had like a more like, oh yeah, they grow. I've been drawing like so if you Google like temperate flowers, like that's kind of your answer. Like this is what I imagine the flower fields look like. It's just like these are just like temperate weather based flowers. Like all of these would be like correct for the area they're in. I've drawn flowers that look like this. I've not really drawn like daisies or tulips a whole lot, but you totally could. Like these like bigger purple ones. Like all of these for sure. Like this would be like this would be the answer. Just Google temperate flowers. That's my best answer. I've gone by Liz on a star you save before. That's cute. I'm Alls on my main save. Resounding objectifications from the rest of the system regarding tacking on rem to the end of our name. Never mind. Damn. A fat resounding no. Trying to pick like where all of my braids are coming from and going. This is like my problem. Brianna's hair has changed so many times, which like I have like in my head like what her hair looks like, but it's just always be changing. I'm calling it quits for the night. That's fair. Is everyone going to be drawing on the camping trip? It's possible. I've told Emily when I get to the camping trip, I'm putting my phone down and I'm hopefully not. If you want me, you're going to have to find me because my plan is to put my phone down and to not touch it the entire time we're there. But during like the night, if like people are on their phones, because I do not care if other people are on their phones. Everybody else is allowed to be on their phones. I just want a break from mine. Like, this is not a judgment thing. I just like, I need a screen break. But if other people are on their phones or like we're winding down or it's bedtime or we're just kind of like hanging around and we're not like talking or we are talking or whatever it is, like I might be on my tablet drawing just because I don't want to like lose a whole weekend of work. But I'm going to just try to work ahead and see if I can just like work ahead and get enough done that I don't have to be on it all the time. Yeah, I do not have walkie-talkies, but we should get those. I think walkie-talkies would be very fun. Ali, are you worried or excited that people will be drawing on the camping trip? Like, do you not want us not to be, or do you want to like also be doing it? Or are you just wondering about packing? It's so sad Art Fight starts on July 2nd here. Oh, weird. Yeah, because it starts at, I think at my place, it starts at like noon or like, it's like noon or 1 o'clock or something weird like that. I will probably bring my sketchbook just in case. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you were like, should I be planning? Like if you're like trying to make plans or if you're like, oh no, you're going to be sad that like people are going to be drawing. But we can have like drawing time together. What a rare little event. I love in art when your hair always floats around like specially so that it doesn't like block your face in any way that would be annoying. Art is so great like that. That I can just decide like, nah, her hair is not in her face because I said so. That seems right for her. That's correct for the hair. No, I don't mind. Okay. I think it starts at 6 a.m. here. I don't know. I need to fix my sleep schedule for Art Fight so I can get an extra fighting time. One less day of fighting for Rotten is so sad. It's not actually one less day. Yeah, it's just like it's all like bumped back. Last year it ended on like August 2nd because of all the weird crashing or whatever. But yeah, no, it's always just like it starts at July 1st at noon and like mountain time, I think is what they have it at. Like they like picked a time and they're just like, this is when it starts. Everybody else figure it out. The way your sketches are so clean and like no guide shapes is wild to me. I'm always impressed. For me, it's just like these are the guide shapes. Right? Because like if I'm like drawing a body, like I have guide shapes. But they're like not, I don't know. This was a reference. So like I didn't have to like come up with this from my head. But like if I'm like coming up with like a sketch idea, like I'm not like usually like my guide shapes are like, okay, I know there's like a shoulder here. And like you like these are like the only guide shapes I generally do. is like, oh, this is like the shape of an arm, and then this is like your hand, and then I just like work off of there. It's like back. Like I know like these are like where like this is like where the waist is. So then like you've got a leg that comes down, and then this is like your other leg, and like chest is here. Like this is like that's kind of the extent of like what my guide shapes are. And then I'm just like going off of those shapes for like the next person. Do you know what I mean? So like this is like the stuff that you didn't see. Like this is like the work that's going into like the background of it. I just did this while I was at dinner. Do you know what I mean? And then eventually I clean all that up and you end up here. Which is crazy because I'm blocking everything out with ovals and shit. Yeah, it just, I found I'm stiffer that way. Like I do better if I'm like just letting it do whatever. And like I said, this one was also a reference, so I didn't need to like super plan it out. Sometimes I do, and you'll see it. But if I'm like trying to make everything ovals, right? Like if I, yeah, let's not do it on here real quick. Right? If you have a person and you're like, okay, this is their chest. Like if you're saying ovals, like these are their arms, this is their waist, here's their hips, right? And you're like this, you've ended up with like a really stiff character, right? Because you only have these ovals to work with. So everything kind of ends up like blocky. Do you know what I mean? Versus like if you like, or even like, you know, they're just standing. But if I'm like, okay, this is their back and that's going to be their hips. Like this is a very different whatever. So that you're like following the spine. And then you're like, okay, a leg and a leg, right? I'm blocking out in the shape of that bone, right? Which gives me like significantly more like freedom of like how that thing is going to like sit. And like, so like you can kind of like see where it's going to end up going. And like, yeah, I've got some crazy lean on this one, but like, so like this is kind of whatever. And then like, oh, I want this arm to go up. Well, the arm takes the whole like chest with it, right? When you're raising the arm, that whole shoulder comes with. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? So like you just like you've got more freedom to like just generally. So yeah, I don't know. What was that pose website you've talked before? Yeah, quick poses probably. There's a bunch of them I've used before. You can just Google like free like free, well, what's the word I'm thinking of? Body. They're quick sketches. They're figure drawing, quick figure drawing websites or like figure drawing practice websites. Anyways, that was like my quick like. Yeah, it's like yeah, gesture art and figure posing. Figure posing? What's the word I'm thinking of? Figure. Quick figure. Yeah, quick figure drawing practice. Yeah, quick poses is the website. I've always been bad at figure drawing, but I've gotten better of it over the years. There is, I swear I have a brush somewhere that will let me do her hair easier. Is it? I bet you I have a braid brush still. Hell yeah, I do. But I usually do like twists for drawing hers. Yeah, probably do that. Yeah, let's do this. This is just easier for me to keep track of. Because then I'll do like whatever afterwards. I just want to be able to like know where this is all going. Just so that I can like kind of see what's going on. Okay. I have no idea how I'm going to draw her hair in a way that I like. Drawing this girl's hair is like my nightmare every time I have to do it. Which is why I very often switch her hairstyles, but I have her drawn with like mile long twists or braids. I've done both. So I'm going to just draw the ones that you'll be able to see, and then I'm just going to fill in the gaps. I'm skipping this song because I value myself. I don't want this either. No. Ooh, crank this shit. Crank this shit. Put my second headphone in for this one. I'm so mad my headphones are charging and I missed a bunch because I had to pee. No, it's okay. We didn't say anything important. Oh, there's Reese was summoned by American Cars. Into thinking I was busy. Yeah, there's not like a lazy way to do her hair on Forge. So I just kind of have to like commit to doing it all out. Didn't know you drove American cars. Everything you say is important. Aw, thanks, Jess. You're gonna patch it up, 'cause honey, we're fragile. You've always been so tough. Know that I miss you. You always come running back whenever I ask. Cool. Oh, ranting like a prophet. See, and this is where you're not going to be able to tell where these are coming from at a certain point. So I'm allowed to just kind of draw shapes and just like let it happen. You don't need to be able to follow every one of these shapes because she has two sides to her head. Like, as long as you can tell that they're coming from her head, I'm just gonna like let it happen. That's my plan. Like, this is where I'm just like, I'm gonna let it just do whatever. Right? I'll put a couple more in here. And it's okay if I can't quite tell what's going on, because I don't need to be able to. I think that'll work for me. And I'll do like the details of it later. But I think that works for me. Okay. That works for me. And I'll do like all like the details and stuff of it later. But this is kind of the vibe. These are my girls. I feel like I've made Genesis look taller than she is, but I don't know like the solution for that. Like I could just like maybe that was the solution, is just like make her shorter. That feels more correct. They're swimming. They are swimming, and then I'm gonna have like bubbles. Like when I like eventually like it's gonna be like there's gonna be like bubbles coming up, and there'll be like bubbles. Do you get the vibe? Like it's gonna be like that. Do you get it? Do you get it? Did you get there's bubbles? There's bubbles. You just gotta hear me out. There'll be bubbles, I swear. Bubbles. I can't say this girl ever doesn't have her nails done, so just a quick. That one is not correct. This girl's always got her nails done. Oh, bye, ad watchers. Hope you're enjoying it. And then I'll have to figure out what you see of the tattoo back here. You'll be able to see like something of the tattoo, I'm sure. It'll be like something like that. And then Jen also has a tattoo that I'll have to try to like make sure I get in there. Cause she's got where would her belly button be here? Like here? Trying to figure out where the fuck people's belly buttons are, not my forte. But then she's got like the like I'll have to figure out how to actually do this. Because she's got like the seraphim mermaid. And then it's like mermaid. I want to get like as much of this tattoo in as I can. I'll actually like get this tattoo drawn nicely after I figure it out, but it's like something like this. It's like something like that where it's like mermaid. Where she's got like the mermaid tattoo situation. How was getting your bridge piercing? Honestly, fine. I've had my bridge pierced 3 times. It's never really been awful any of the times I got it pierced. I've only had it pierced so many times because I had it pierced the first time and it got knocked out at a concert. And I had to, I left it for a while hoping it would heal, and it healed at a 75-degree angle. So I had to just give up and take it out because yikes. And then I took it out and I let it heal, and then I put it in again. And then I went and got it pierced, and then my top surgery got moved up because I thought I wasn't going to get top surgery. And then like a month after I got my new piercing done is when my TikTok blew up, and I was like, oh, I get to go get top surgery done. And then I went and had to get top surgery done, and my bridge piercing was not allowed to stay in, even though I had a plastic retainer put in so that I could keep it during the surgery, but the anesthesiologist was afraid that the oxygen mask would get caught on it and pull on it, so she required that I take it out. So I took it out, and by the time top surgery was done, we could not get it back in because it had healed up. So there went that one, so I had to take that one out, and then I went and got it pierced a 3rd time. And I have not lost it yet. I almost lost it when I thought I had a stroke and I went to the emergency room, and I had to get a MRI done, but yay, didn't have a stroke. And also when I got home from the MRI, I used Emily's garden wire and stuck wire through my nose to keep my bridge piercing open, and then had her help me put all my other piercings in, and then I managed to get the bridge piercing in through a lot of pain and discomfort. But I still have my bridge piercing, so really, who's the winner here? Because I still have my bridge piercing and I didn't have a stroke. So like, I think I'm the winner here. I will say, in the world of medical things, I get to go to the hospital tomorrow morning to get some blood tests and be put on some medications, because today was my first time doing a stupid in the medical world, and I accidentally stuck myself with a used needle. Yippee! So now I have to go in and get testing and be put on preventative medication to hopefully not catch anything. Not that we think that the person has anything, but just to be safe. So it's one of those whoops situations. It happens to everyone eventually. I'm a little mad that it happened to me only because it wasn't my fault, but that's just me trying to find someone else to blame when, like, listen, it just is what it is. Just is what it is. Chanted it with me, HIV. No. You're gonna be okay. The chances of catching a bloodborne pathogen from a single needle stick are so astronomically low, like astronomically low. So like I'm not really that stressed about it. Like my boss was like, "You're handling this really well," and I was like, because here's the situation, right? A, the odds are literally in my favor. The chances of me catching something are wildly low. And B, if I caught something, it already happened. What you should be stressed about preventative things. If it happened, it happened. Like, there's nothing I can stress about it now. Why freak out? That's just the truth of it. If it happened, it happened. I'm gonna go take the preventative medications, I guess. A little irritated that I have to take preventative medications just because, like, I just don't want to take them. Teebs. That's like, that really is it. But like, I don't know. I think a little tie piece like that would be cute for her. That extremely vaguely reminds me of when we took like our 3-day-old to the ER and the nurse spilled the blood she was trying to collect and I was so angry. Yeah, it happens. It's one of those things that like shit happens. Like, mistakes happen all the time. I remember the first time, and anybody who's ever drawn blood or has been a phlebotomist in any form knows it happens, that I made the mistake that everybody makes eventually, where when you take somebody's blood, you tie a tourniquet on to like really get the blood moving, or it just works. Just to understand, I'm tying a tourniquet on. Tourniquets, yes, they stop blood, but they also create blood flow for me to be able to draw blood. Right? Tie my tourniquet on, and then you find the vein, you poke. And then when you like, there's a tube that you put in, and the tubes are vacuum containers. They have vacuums in them. So when you put the vacuum container on, it creates a blood, like a low pressure system, and it sucks the blood into your tube, right? Rule number 1, always pull your tube out before you pull your needle out, because otherwise you still have a vacuum situation going on while you pull the needle out, and it causes problems. Usually blood squirts, but also can be really painful. Rule number 2, take your tourniquet off before you take your needle out. So it's tube, tourniquet, needle. If you miss any of those steps, you get sprayed. And you better bet I went tube, skipped the tourniquet, popped the needle, and pew, sprayed with blood. It's like, well, made that mistake once, I'll never make that mistake again. It happens. But that's one of those things that, like, once you make this mistake once, you suddenly understand why they say tube, tourniquet, needle. Do not mess up that order. You mess it up once, you will not mess it up again. Like, it's just, medical worlds aren't perfect. People make mistakes all the time. Unfortunately, people in the medical field are also human beings who make mistakes. Trying to decide at like what level I want to clean this SketchUp and what level I just want to like, this is the line art and this is, I'm just going to commit to this and clean it like way up. Or maybe I just let this be. Like, this can be one of those pieces that it doesn't have to be perfect. We can just call this the line art and just move on. Shit does not need to be perfect. I will need to fix that tattoo, but other than that, fuck it, man. Why not? Given for a short bit, we'll hopefully be back before the end of stream. Heard, mate. See you later, Death. Like, let's just, like, throw some colors down and see where it takes us. I want to get her, like, I, like, very clearly want, like, a bikini top going on with her. I like the idea of like Brianna does not medically transition, but like she does like to like dress up. And I love the idea of her like completely flat chest and just wearing like one of those little tiny bikini, like triangle bikinis. And it's cute. I'm grabbing a drink, trying to say anything profound. Quick, guys, what's the most profound thing I can say? Bro, okay, speaking of profound things. Penis? Bro, so real. The new Olivia Rodrigo album came out. I believe that's who it came out. That like everybody's talking about on TikTok right now. And everybody's been chitter-chattering about that. And the thing is, too political, get banned, rip. The thing that has brought me immense joy is that I didn't know this album was coming out. I don't really listen or I don't really care. But this album has re-sparked a community that I have been a part of since I was a tiny, tiny kid. Since I was like 12 or 13, younger even. I had to have been 10 or 11. I was 10 or 11 when I got into my very first anime, Fruits Basket. And Fruits Basket was my first, and it was a very, very, very special place in my heart. I remember watching the entirety of the first season of it, which came out in 2001, laying on the futon in the computer room of my parents' house. And I remember watching one of the episodes and I was laying on my side and I had tears rolling down and like pooling in my ear. That show means a lot to me. It has always meant a lot to me. And I watched it back when I was like 10 or 11, and it originally came out in 2001, and people said we were never going to get a second album. I own the entire manga. It is right there. I've never read the final book, or that was like, I just didn't. But like a year ago, or almost 2 years ago now, I think a year-ish ago. Now, mind you, again, I said original came out in 2001. In like 2024 or 5 or something like that. No, it was before then, because I finally watched it a year ago. It was back when I was living in the other house. So like 2020-ish. They put out a new season. They put out a new version. They redid it. I don't know what year it was, but they redid it. They reanimated season 1 and gave us season 2. So first of all, I was good and patient for 20 years and I got to watch the second season. It was like 17 years or something. And it was magical, and it meant everything I could have ever wanted and more, and it was so special. So there's my little excitement for it. But the Olivia Rodrigo album has re-given birth to the Fruits Basket community. And suddenly, my TikTok is flooded with Fruits Basket TikToks and edits, and I'm hoping that means the fandom is waking up again, which would mean a lot to me as a human being, because I've never met the Fruits Basket fandom because it is tiny and non-existent and nobody remembers or cares about the show ever at all. So I'm hoping we've revitalized and that people are going to be excited again. And I would like encourage more people to watch it, but like, it's not exactly like an exciting show. It is for me, but like, you have to like, this is like very like slice of life anime. It's romance. It has some dark elements in it, but it takes a while to get there. Like, you just gotta like have faith. And it's one of the best animes ever. Like, and obviously some of that for me is nostalgia, but like, so I stand on business. It is still one of the best. And I was literally thinking of like, who can I coerce? Like, who in my friend group can I be like, okay, please, 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 please hear me out. Like, please watch it and just hear me out. But I can't think of many of my friends that would like it. Like, I'm like, maybe I can like start sending edits to people and just see if they like any of them. And I just don't know. I'll do it during art fight. You could, if you like you can watch it in English, like it is in English. So like you like could watch it while you're drawing. I was thinking about sending it to you, but I was like, I don't know if Reese will give a shit about the show, like, literally at all. And, like, maybe you will. I think if you send me more than one good, I'm gone. Good edit. I've got you. I'll send you 12 after stream. Don't go look them up. I'll send you, like, 12 when I'm done with stream. I'll send them to you, too. Heard. Done. Deal. My guilty pleasures are in High School Host Club. Then Fruits Basket is directly up your alley. I think you'll like Kyo for very obvious reasons. And then I think you'll have some pretty strong feelings about Hatsuharu. And ooh, I'm trying to think. I think you'll like Uo, but there's a couple of them that I think you would like more than others. What is his name? Hattori. I think you'll really like Hattori. There's a little about Hattori. I think you would be a big fan of him. My guess is of the main party you'll like Hyo. I don't think Yuki will be your guy. Most people either like Yuki or Hyo. But I think Hyo will probably be yours of the two because most people it is. You have to be a specific person to want Yuki. But I think you'll have some feelings about Hatsuharu and some feelings about Hattori. I don't think you like Shigure, which makes sense. Most of us don't. And I think of Hanajima-san and Uo, you'll probably like Uo. I'm just saying a bunch of names that you don't know right now and you don't care about, but like, I promise it matters. All of these names are pasta in my brain. Pasta. Yeah, I'm just saying names that like don't mean anything to you. I gotta go grab the characters so that I can... I need my color references real quick. Where are they? Oh my god, I'm clicking on the wrong things. No! Jesus Christ. Pause. OC references. There we go. I am wanting pasta. That is so fair. Okay. And I need... Brianna. There you are. So that way I can get your color references. Oh my god. There we go. Reference. I'm just gonna start throwing colors down and we'll figure the rest out as we go. I'm gonna go cook pasta. I need food. I've barely eaten anything in the past week. Curse you, illness. I'm sorry, friend. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. I'm one of those people that people hate on Art Fight because my art is like if you zoom in on this, what are these skin colors? What is this? Like, how are you supposed to like color pick a skin tone from this? And the answer is like, just figure it out, man. There's a skin tone in here somewhere. I'm sure you can figure it out. I'm gonna do favorites, this one. Like, I think you're all big boys and you can figure out what her skin tone is. I believe in you. Giant cube of incomprehensible mass visited me this week. I'm sorry you've had like fever dreams. The tungsten cube of fevers. Yeah, I watched a couple different animes when I was first starting. Fruits Basket was my first. And then no, sorry, Angel Beats. No, Angel Beats was after. I think I very often say that Angel Beats was my first, but I remember watching Angel Beats in my aunt's attic, not in the computer room. So my first would have been Fruits Basket, and then Naruto, and then Angel Beats, and then Ouran High School. Would have been the order it must have been in. No, because I watched Ouran at the other. So it must have been, it was been Fruits Basket, Ouran, Naruto, crazy change up. And then Angel Beats was the first one there. SAO was also at the attic. So SAO would have been around the time as Angel Beats. And then around that time I probably started Fairy Tail. And I watched Fairy Tail the whole time I was in high school because it was still coming out back then. Pretty girl. And here we'll go atop that. SAO, Ouran, Naruto, FMA, Fairy Tail were my original. Yeah. Yeah, Fruits Basket just caught me. It caught me early, and I've got a couple of Fruits Basket things within my room. I've got a couple up there, not a whole lot, but mostly Kyo's. And then I've got, if I turn my camera on, Kyo is right there. There he is. Some of my first drawings ever were after I was drawing Avatar: The Last Airbender. I started drawing Fruits Basket. Those were like some of my first. Ouch. My foot is doing that thing again where I have like an ingrown that has become like problematic and is starting to like really be painful when it hits things. And I'm trying not to like cause problems by like pulling on it, but God, sometimes I can't help like it just be hurting. People crying over refs having shading is a skill issue. Agreed. Like, if you can't look at this and figure out what her skin tone is because it's got some goddamn purple in it, I'm sorry, man. Deal with it. This is what I was doing at the time. Like, yeah, do these skin colors make sense? No. Can you still figure it out? Surely. Like, I don't feel bad. Even as a digital artist who color picks my colors. Figure it out. If someone's colors are green, then that's a them issue. Yeah. And I even say that as somebody who, like, I am historically bad at colors. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm bad at colors. I cannot tell the difference. I don't know what I'm looking at, and I don't care. I'm gonna have to like play with this quite a bit to get this to look how I want, but we'll figure it out. But again, I'm gonna see if I can just make this be like a sketchy one. Like, this doesn't need to be Perfect. Sometimes I just am allowed to do messy art. Today's challenge, messy art. That looks good. That I'm like proud of. Like, I think that, like, that gives me, like, the energy I was looking for. I'm gonna draw my OCs green. Fuck, yeah, genuinely. I'm gonna draw all your OCs green on purpose. I'm gonna get all of your OCs wrong, just for fun. Just to piss people off. Yay, green. What if I drew all of your OCs blue as hell? Like, cold colors only. Rotten would die, probs. No! Yeah, Rotten suffers because I draw everything blue. Why are you blue? And this is just gonna be like, I'm just doing my best over here. Okay. Man, I really dug Mumford & Sons into all of you tonight. This one wasn't you. I've been listening to Mumford & Sons for years. I was listening to Mumford & Sons before I knew any of you guys. There are many songs you've shoved into me, but Mumford & Sons was a whole of my own doing. Amaze, love them, real. I was big into them in middle school, yeah. It was high school for me. I don't think it was ever middle school. And only like end of high school, because remember, early high school for me was like rock and metal only. I was a little too emo for Mumford & Sons then. I never gave them up. I've clung. The Lion Man I gave you all used to have. I gave you all used to have a gorilla grip on me. Reese versus millennial banjo music is crazy. What Mumford & Sons song is the one that's on Guitar Hero? Is it this one? Or is it... There's a different one, I think. That's on a Guitar Hero somewhere, unless I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I just have like a weird memory of that. I sure have, like, I've picked up a lot of music from my friends over the years, though. Which is, like, one of the best part of having friends is adopting their music taste. Hopeless Wanderer and Milan's Post, Lover of Light, is the most popular by far. Both their skin tones are so pretty, I feel. Right? Look how pretty these two are. Ridiculously pretty girls. Physically cannot restrain myself from making pretty women. I'm sorry. It's just not possible, I fear. All I know is pretty women. I ain't never seen an ugly woman. They just don't exist. There's something interesting and fun and like something I would love to like just see looked into in like the weirdest way ever is like the counterculture community like developments that are like women having like very extreme beauty standards and like what it takes to be pretty as a woman and like the view of the like the beauty standards for women and how high they are and like what the expectations are, and then the absolute counterculture reaction that is just like every woman community ever and every woman ever and every woman loving person ever just being like literally every woman is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and I don't believe the ugly woman exists because I've never seen one, and they all have their own unique look to them, and every woman ever is attractive. And it's just like it's such an interesting like hey, I think you're fucking crazy. What do you mean ugly? Like they're all just stupid gorgeous, and I'm like real. There we go. All women are pretty, literally. I wish that kind of thing helped me more. Yeah, it's one of those things that like I don't know what kind of help it does for people in like general, but it is like one of those things that like it's just an interesting dichotomy to watch like the world and communities exist within, because it's so like opposite in opinions and take and support, and just all of it is very, it's always very interesting, in the same way that like fat positivity is such like a strong counterculture to like the skinny culture and like the popularity that came with that. And like obviously fat acceptance is like a very powerful thing, and like there is a lot of community around like fat is beautiful and big and beautiful, and the healthy at every size like community, and like there's a lot of movement around that, but also like how much like day-to-day life and effect does it actually have on people and their body views, because I feel like we just go from one cult to the other, and like it's just like this mindless opinion either way that like fat is bad or fat is ideal. I mean, not ideal, but like not like I don't know, there's just some weird opinions on it in every direction. I just need these things to matter less to people, for real. I'm so mad I don't see myself as pretty because my mom is in my head, but I think every other woman is a goddess, even my mom. And that, like, the thing is, like, your mom's voice will kind of always be in your head, but you have to remember to some degree, and this is the hard part, right? Because every mom is like this. Not every, but a lot of moms pass a lot of body issues on to their kids. And you have to remember, when you're hearing your mom's voice in your head being like, oh, you look fat, or oh, you look ugly, or oh, you look a mess, you kind of have to remember that your mom is talking to you, but she's also talking to her a lot of women that grew up in the generations before us had a lot of really, really harsh views on themselves, and their mothers passed that down to them. And so, like, soothing that voice in your head is also kind of soothing your mother and getting to, like, tell her that she's as pretty as you think she is. Because I'm sure you think your mom is beautiful. I think my mom is beautiful. My mom may not agree with me, but, like, there's that, like, little part of me that every time I hear my mom's voice say, like, that you don't look good in that, that, like, soothing that voice and being like, hey, actually, like, I think I look really nice is also, like, soothing little mom and, like, reminding her of, like, no, like, I think you look pretty. I think you're pretty. And, like, that means something to me because I wish my mom felt that way about herself because I feel that way about her. She's the prettiest woman I know. I love the scene in the Barbie movie where Barbie tells the older woman she's beautiful and she says, I know. Because, yeah, that's how it should be. Xander, how do I draw the eye from the side but keep the shape? Focus on your lid. Right? Because I'm not good at eye shape, right? But, like, if this is your eye from the front, like, your focus is here on the lid. Because from the side, then, like, the difference isn't huge. Right? Like, that's kind of like the whatever. Versus if you have, like, a, right? Like, just, like, focus on, like, your lids. Do you know? Like, I'm trying to do, like, really exaggerative, like, anime eyes or whatever. I don't know how to, like, even, like, do that. If you've got, like, maybe, like, real thin eyes, just, like, keep it, like, consistent. Do you know? Does that kind of sort of make sense? And also probably make it shorter than that. It's the same shape. You're just, like, looking at it from a different angle. For the most part, for your eye, take this, move it to the front, take your pupil, flatten that fucker, move it to the back, and then take the back of your eye and shorten it. There's pretty much your eye. Like, you're just shortening it. It's kind of all you're doing. Shorten the eye in both directions, pull the pupil, or the iris to the front and the pupil to the back, and that's it. Yes, all. I can't find it, but I found a thing about drawing a figure 8 and fitting the eyes in. Yeah, if you're like, here's the head, and you're doing a figure 8, right? And the eyes will go here. And if you have a head that's going this way, like, you know how, like, the it's gonna, like, follow that. Like, you're drawing, like, a mask on it. You know? I don't do it that way, but I've seen that trick. I have one vertebrae, one bone. Hey, Rainy, how are you? Long time no see. Hope you're well. Busy drawing lesbians today. Took a quick pause to talk about eyes. I need to refill my water really bad, so I'm gonna go refill my water really quickly because I am thirsty. All right, BRB. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Very thirsty though. BRB. whoa, whoa. Yeah. Okay. I need water so bad. I'm just trying to mix my ice in so that my whole goddamn water is cold. All right. Okay. Only thing I'm missing for Genesis. Cool. All right. Let's put a background in here. I bet you. I bet you. Bet you there's a brush for this. I mean, I could do this. There's another way. Say something. Anything. Check. 1, 2, 3. Anything but that. So we're gonna go with that. And then I'm just gonna like maybe I just do like whoop whoop. And then I think we'll do like this. Where I'm just gonna kind of go just wherever, but just like within this pattern. And I'm just gonna kind of scatter these colors around and then just go wherever. I'm rapidly becoming Wicked Reading Mariner. Oh no. Richard's got it out for him, man. My sister was obsessed with Rent for a hot minute. This reminds me of that. I was and am still obsessed with Rent. It is one of my favorite musicals of all time. I would argue it is my favorite musical of all time. I didn't want to be a copier, but I loved it too, especially the song. Yeah, unfortunately, Rent is one of the most important movies or musicals to ever exist. And I stand on that. Oh, I forgot I would like to like mess these colors up a little bit. Get some texture in here. Hmm. That works for me. Richard is pretty rough for a bit there, sorry. That's to be expected. He's kind of supposed to be a messy character. I keep talking about like having this writing done that I want to send people that I'm just like, I'm too afraid people are busy with art fight that like maybe I'll send it like when art fight is over or something. I don't know what I'll do. I'm just like, I want so badly to just send it and let people read. But I'm like, I don't want to take away from everybody being excited about art fight and everything else that's going on. So now I just have this like writing that I'm ready to share, but nowhere to send it. And I'm just like sitting on it. I'm just like, there's just too many chores for people right now. I like the colors. Thank you. These colors are very fun. I'm really enjoying these as well. I generally wish I could draw. Hey, if you wish you could draw, the best time to start was yesterday, and the second best time to start is right now. Genuinely, you will never be able to draw if you don't just start. You have to be bad at it in the beginning. Like that's the only requirement of doing art is that you have to start bad. Nobody starts good, but you just gotta start and just be bad for a little while or a long while. Mind you, I've been drawing since I was like 6. I've read how to draw a stick figure. No, you didn't. You know how to draw a stick figure. You know what a stick figure looks like. Grab a piece of paper and a pencil. Start drawing. Start with stick figures. Watch drawing tutorials. Well, watch me draw. Try to practice those things. There is not a human in this universe who is not capable of drawing. Learning how to draw was really hard for me because I have aphantasia. I literally cannot see images in my head. I have to use references for everything. And so I do. And I've not always been a good artist. I've been a bad artist for a really long time. But like, art, baby. I was really searching for tasks the other day and was debating asking you for the rain because I wanted it. I wish you would have, because I would have given it so fast. I would have spilled it all. I would have spilled my guts. Get out of my liked playlist, bro. Go away. Guess you need to task the motherfucker. Maybe it's time. That's wild to me as someone who can visualize anything. Yeah, I cannot do that. I mean, I can give you a task, Reese, if that's what you're searching for. Because I want to share this writing, but I also need to like put like caveats and like apologies and warnings on it because I'm like that and I'm having a stroke about it. Which I know is like super not necessary, but I'm like, oh god, people are gonna be offended by this writing. Not offended, they're gonna like whatever the word I'm thinking of is. No, I don't want this as a blender. That's an ugly ass blender. Here's my favorites. Sea Sout. I hope I'm offended. It's not. Gosh dang it! No, I like that song. What song? What song? What did I skip? Was it the Corpse one or was it a different one? I'm not going back to Corpse. My friends were going to teach me how to draw and then started asking about arson. Right. Or started talking about arson. Corpse. Yeah, sorry. I can't do Corpse anymore, man. I've moved. I genuinely don't like his music anymore. Like, it just makes me just like, ugh. No shame on anybody else listening to it. I just cannot. I simply can't. Like, no shame at all. I just like, I think I just over listened to it when it was like a thing. And now like I can't do it. I never ever liked Corpse. It was just like the thing to like. Everybody liked it. Like we were just like that was we just all listened to it. And I did. I liked it for a while. I liked his voice. But it makes sense like that was never your style of music anyways. I would be surprised if you did like it. I did not like I was gonna say that is not exactly your type of music. You kinda gotta type. You still like him? Yeah, you guys are okay. Is this a safe place to say I never cared to listen to Corpse? It totally is. Plenty of people didn't like him. Plenty of people still like him. That's okay. We have different music tastes. We are all permitted music tastes, my friends. Something like that. Hosier's voice, though? Hosier's voice for sure. I would listen to the song, but the song is very sad, so I'm gonna skip for today. Like, this is like, here, like, listen to, like, I listen to this. Right? This type of music. And I also listen to, I like both of those songs. I also listen to, I fucking love this song, actually. I won't be skipping this. Deaf in one ear last week, my skin was so clear. Good things don't learn from themselves. Each day we crawl out of hell. How's it? The music change threw me through such a loop there because this was on my sleep playlist and I was like, what? Time for bed? It is. Sorry, Obli, it's time for bed. Why is it the captions don't work for me? My captions might not be on right now. Hang on. They totally aren't. Pause. Pause. Hang on. Microphone. There we go. How about now? Reload it. How about that? Do I have captions now? Sometimes my captions turn on and then they stop in the middle of stream and they just go away. Hopefully this is better and working again. Hell yeah, there you go. There you go. Happy to help. Yeah, anytime those turn off, just give me the heads up because sometimes it just does that. Okay. I'm gonna do... We're gonna do... a multiplayer layer. Actually, maybe this direction. And like obviously erase this and then I'm just gonna like kind of fuck around until I like it, essentially, is the plan. That's usually the plan, is just screw around until I like it. Because I also am gonna do like a highlight layer. I don't know if I'm gonna do a hard light or soft light or what yet, but maybe an overlay or something like that. Or I want to do for like highlights. And I'll kind of like, this will be one of those things I'm gonna screw around with this quite a bit before I'm like happy with it. But that's to be expected. But like even this is like, this is cute. Your friend's not gonna have a movie night. Nice. Darker Girl's belly button seems off to me, but I don't know. It also feels off to me, but I just like have not been able to figure out where I want to put it. Oops. I feel like I don't know where you would put this thing. Because the thing is, right? Yeah, let me turn these off. And the Dark Girl's name is Genesis BTW, in case you're curious. Right, center of the boob is here. Oh, no. Center of the boobs is here, but center of the cooch is here. So belly button's like, obviously like her body is twisted a little bit. So like belly button here? Or maybe belly button like further over and it's over here? Or maybe it's over here more? None of these feel right. Like I just like, holy fucking shit, I'm so bad at remembering to take my medication. It's actually comical. Literally, why do I try? I'm sorry, girl. I am also comically bad at it. It is just not worth me being trans sometimes because I forget to take my medication for like 2 months at a time, and then I'm like, uh-oh. But obviously, I've still taken enough of my medication to transition the way I want to, so. Is that where your belly button goes? Listen, I'm just gonna let it happen. Okay, let's redo this tattoo. I don't need to completely erase it. I just need to like get it better. Okay, so it is like eyeball and eyeball. And then another one. Eyeball. And then like that. From the top eyeball, there's wing. And then it does it over here again. Right, like that. And then it also comes from here. And these are also eyeball, but are also wings. Something like that. And then from this one, it's down like this. Something like that. Those are kind of like what the wings look like. And then we kind of keep like this vibe. Back. Arm. Arm. Titty shape. Arm and hand. And then there's like the tail top here. There's the other arm in the back. Do I make this a little smaller on her thigh so you can see the whole tattoo and that it's a mermaid? Because it is pretty big on her thigh, but like I could like make it like this so that you can like actually see that this like becomes like a tail. Is this kind of like, does this read? Does this make sense? Does that kind of make sense? Is that where that goes? Maybe, yeah. What is the story behind the tattoo? So the tattoo I was a really big fan of because like Genesis and Brianna are both mermaid girlies, right? So they've both been obsessed with mermaids truly just their entire lives. That's how they met, was playing mermaids in the pool. So like it's just kind of like a big part of their story. And like for me, there's always just like this joke in my head of like them kind of playing mermaids, and like you know how like when you play mermaids, the joke is always like what is like what is your mermaid? Like everybody's got like, oh, I'm my mermaid, I have this colored tail and I have these powers and I have this like whatever. And I imagine them having like an argument that is like, oh well, I had like this tail and I had this or whatever, and like I had like whatever it was, and like that argument of like, well, that's not fair, those powerfuls are, that's too powerful, or that's too whatever, and like that being like just like kind of like a joke just in general. And when they get older, they make those jokes again where they're like, oh yeah, this is like, of course, my mermaid who has like the power of like controlling storms and also controlling animals and also has wings and also like is like, she is sparkly and she glows in the dark. And like that just becomes a joke of like the biblically accurate mermaid, which is like this crazy overpowered like magical mermaid whatever. So it just becomes the joke of like the biblically accurate angel, and like that becomes like their joke. And so she ends up getting like a tattoo of the quote unquote biblically accurate angel, or biblically accurate mermaid, but like biblically accurate angel plus mermaid. That's just kind of like the joke in my head. Because these two are dorks and they're cute. I kind of hate this, but I need to finish this freaking reference, and if I work on it anymore, I'm gonna crash out. I understand. Like, where are you struggling with it in a way that, like, is there something I can help with? Or are you just like, I can't stand it, help? Or I can't stand it, I'm done. Like you just tapping on it, which is like you were allowed to do. References don't have to be like ideal. It's just whatever you can do. I need to draw my OCs, bro. They do nothing ever real. I love art fight because it really makes me draw my OCs a lot, like more than I normally ever would. I'm off to bed. Good time zone, everyone. Good time zone to you. I was kind of confident for a couple of weeks, and now I fear I'm becoming insufferably insecure Ollie again. I understand where the insecurity comes from. It's a normal thing to have. Especially whether it comes from artists or writing or whatever it is, but especially artists. When you have hit the stage where you are aware of what good art looks like, but not yet capable of producing it, and now able to see the flaws in your own art, it is the hardest stage of being an artist that exists. And that stage lasts for pretty much the whole time you're an artist until you're like deep into it. Like until you're hitting the point where you're suddenly like, you are making art that you're proud of and that looks how you want. For a very long time, it's just like a constant comparison to the people around you. And it can be a little bit torturous at times. But there's nothing you can do about it other than just to keep doing it. You're not gonna get better at it by like, you know, being like, oh, I can't do it. There's no reason for me to try. Like, is it just okay? Like art is one of those things that like it sucks because the only way to get better at it is just continue being bad at it until you're not bad at it anymore. The problem is I'm not as good as I want, and that's really it. But I can't be bothered to figure out what's wrong. It just needs to be done. And if I erase anymore, I'll tear my paper. I think the angle of the head is pissing me off. That's my problem every art fight. Like, I'm not as good as I'm like, well, I guess I better draw then, huh? And the only way is really just do it anyways. I also, Abby, if you want, I started a Discord with my friends who wanted me to teach them how to draw. And it kind of fell apart, so we stopped doing it. But I used to essentially, I would take their drawings, like they would draw something and send it to me, and then I would do the thing that you can't do as a beginner artist, and I would point out where your problems were so that you could fix it. Like, because sometimes it's not that you're not able to draw it, it's that you can't even see what's wrong, which is like very normal. Like, that is like the hardest part to train is your eye. So like, this is one of those things. It's like my friend was drawing, and like I have a couple of these different ones. These were homework I was giving them, where it's like this, right? So this is the drawing that he gave me. And the thing is that I would just like, I'm not redrawing it at all. I'm just showing you where the improvement is. He had a problem with faces kind of feeling like they were melting to one side. So I was showing him like how to pull that eye up and pull the nose up and kind of restructure it. So I'm not changing your style at all. I'm just showing you how can we improve it. Same thing with this one. This was another one of those. That like this was the face originally, and I was just showing him like how to get those proportions, like take it from this very internal face, which is not poorly drawn, to just break up your the kind of like where it's at and move those structures around a little bit until it's where you want it to be. And that was the same thing we were doing over here. Is that he felt like he couldn't get the character to look happy, like, because he always looked angry, and so I was showing him like pulling up the brow, pulling up the jaw, like trying to like lighten. Same thing with like this one, that the face was really crushed in, and like, okay, pull it out and give it like space to breathe. Like, it's one of those things that like, and then like working on body structure. So it's like, I'm more than happy if you ever want to just send me an image of your drawing, because I also used to do this to Emily, like, because Emily has been a more developed artist than me for a lot longer than me, and I no longer feel like I often need to, but even sometimes I'll still come to Emily of like, hey man, there's something wrong with this image and I can't figure out what it is. That sometimes I just need a more experienced set of eyes to look and be like, oh, the angle of that is wrong. Like, that I wouldn't be able to tell because I've been drawing it for too long. And sometimes that's just what I need, and that's so normal. So like, it's always better to have artists around you that are more experienced than you are, to be like, hey, like, here's where your issue is. This is where the problem is. This is like, then you wouldn't be able to see it because you've been working on the same piece for too long, or you just straight up like don't have the eye for it yet. Like, and that's normal, even after years and years and years and years and years of doing art. Especially when you're really stuck in a piece and have been doing it for a while. I mean, even Emily will go and look at old pieces and be like, oh yeah, like this shape, this angle wasn't quite right. But like, in the moment, that was what looked right. I will keep in mind doing that. Yeah, just literally just anytime you're like, hey, the angle, something's wrong. What is going on? Send it to me. And I also, if you want to be put in that Discord, like, I can put you in there. I told them I would teach them to draw on one condition, and the condition is that you had to draw every day, because that's the only way to get better. You want to be taught how to draw, you get to draw something little every single day. And as long as they did, I was participating and encouraging and teaching. And then they were like, I'm busy and I cannot do this anymore. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not going to spend time and energy there if you are not as well, which is like totally fine. Like, I am not offended by it at all. I just like, I'm not going to like hunt you down and be like, oh, do your art homework. Like, if you want to do it, do it. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And then just let me know when you want to do it. Like, that was kind of like the agreement. I can't at the moment. I'm also busy, but that sounds interesting. Yeah. And that's, you don't need to be like, I was agreeing to start like a Discord to like help them or whatever. You don't need to draw every day. You can just send me an image and be like, hey, what's wrong with this? And I'll be happy to be like, here's the problem. And that goes for everybody. We have a lot of really talented artists in this Discord. I'm sure very few people would be upset if you messaged and were like, hey, what's wrong? Whether that's me, whether that's Reese, whether that's Emily, like whether that's Rotten, whether that's Cyber, whether that's whoever is the art style you look up to, who you want to look at, who you want to like replicate, like who you want to tag in that moment. Like, we have a community for a reason. Tag your artists, man. Tag your artists and be like, hey, brother, I can't figure this piece out. What the fuck do I do? And I doubt a single one of us would be like, oh, God, what do you want me? Like, that's like, this is the whole point of having an art-based community. Yeah, raise his hand. I can be helpful sometimes, maybe. I like helping people. Exactly. Message people. And I honestly feel the same way about like writing. If you've got writing that you're like, hey, I really like this, but something's not quite right and I don't know what, send it around. Send it to me. Send it to everybody in here writes. Reese, Emily, me, Ollie, all of them. Like, you can message any of us and we would give you advice and tips on writing. I used to have that during subathons. You guys could send me chunks of writing and I would read over them. And if you guys liked doing that, I didn't ever get a whole lot of submissions, but I liked doing them. If y'all want to do that again, whether it's for art or writing, I will start making those open form streams that we do like once a week, where I will like read through your writing or look at your art and give you like adjustments and tips. If that is something you want from this community, by God, I will start doing it again because I loved doing it. With that, I think I finally finished my first full body of arrow. Woohoo! Proud of you! The question with me doing this piece is if I can do these kind of fast paced like this, would people be happy with this as an art fight attack? Because this is not my usual clean style, and I will do like full clean versions for some people, but I can't do them for everyone. But if I can, this is not a hard thing. Like this like sketchy kind of situation I've got going on is super doable. And if people would like this for art, I could do a lot more of these than I can the other ones. So I could attack more people and revenge more people. Because I'm going to have to be able to revenge pretty quickly. And this is a doable pace. So if this is something that people would be happy with, I might have to have this be kind of what the expectation for revenges might just be. I just want like one more layer of like more intense. Might just like erase out some shadows. And this will have like some shadow. I think this is the kind of like coloring I want. I need your to be just a little darker. Can I get warm colors in here without it looking wrong? I don't know. Yeah, baby, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Yeah. I've got this weird problem with my references because I have a few that are roughly colored, but I've only had access to an art program for a little bit, and I never learned how to really color, so it's all horrible guessing, and I don't really want people trying to color pick from them because they're probably better off just figuring out themselves. Someone please tell me what color my characters are, please. They're so cute. Thank you. They sure looking so good. Aw. Pink is the answer. Lights on top of the water. Exactly. I love me some of that. Also, I'm gonna make the tattoo a little bit darker, so it's a little bit more visible. Maybe even darker. And then Brianna's tattoo is red. Like very distinctly. There we go. Purple. All of my OCs are pink. My OCs are so many different colors. Now, is this a perfect drawing? For sure not. But would people be like, this only took me, how long did this take? Still took me 3 hours. Okay, mind you, still took me 3 hours. But would people be happy with this as an art fight attack if I turned that in? Like, it's not perfect. It's definitely like, this is like a rough colored sketch for me. Like, this is not clean line work. It's not clean coloring. It's not whatever. Like, I'm trying to figure out if people will be happy if, like, there it is. Dog is free. I know it's free art, but I can't pull what Emily pulls out of my dick. I simply cannot. I can't whip like a full render out once a day. I've got limits. You can't ask it and tell me I'm allowed to be on art fight. There is a difference, Ollie. The point is, right? People when there's if you're giving art, you are gifting, right? You're doing gifting. When people attack an account specifically, they are normally attacking the account because they want art in the style of what they see their attacks for. You pick who to attack by whose characters you're interested in and whose art style you like, because you're hoping, oh, I hope I get revenged by them because I like their art style. Like, that's a part of it. And part of the people I attack are just because they don't have many attacks. And part of my attack is I just like their character. And part of them I attack because they're new. And like, part of them you attack because they want their style. So if I have this as my references, which took me forever, and people are expecting that and they get this, like, this isn't super off my style, but it's clearly rushed. So I'm just like torn because there is a difference in expectations. Not that I'm some great artist, but just that like I feel like people might have an expectation that I can't reach. But either way, I will have fun. I'm just like nervous that people are going to be sad with the art that they get. Because now I've got all these big promises of like, I attack everybody, I revenge everyone. And now I'm just like not going to have the time to do things well. And I'm worried people are going to be like, oh, thanks. And I'm going to be like, oh my God. I know I'm probably overthinking it, but it doesn't look that rushed, brother. Every artist to follow you from TikTok is a beginner. This is still a shaded rendered piece with a background. That's fair. I am remembering that most people who followed me are like first time artists. I'm sure they'll be happy with anything. And I know that's also the point of Art Fight. The thing is, like, it's so complicated because when like people are like, oh well, I'm not good enough to do Art Fight. I'm like, I literally have received stick figures and I've been happy about them. Like, I am happy with anything I get, but then I'm so worried about giving art to people that they won't be happy with. Because I know I'm not the best artist in the group, but by God, I like impressing people sometimes, but I just don't have the time in Art Fight to be like giving out the most impressive art pieces I can do. But by God, I will do my best. And by God, I won't whitewash your characters, and I won't skinify your characters, and I will put effort into making them look like your actual characters. And honestly, that's more than most people can say on art. Not most, but that's more than a lot of people on Art Fight can say. I hate this. What do you hate? If somebody responded to Revenge and was like, I hate it, I'd build a third tower and the plane. Honestly, valid reaction. An underreaction, if anything. All of this is just like, this is just like artist nerves speaking. Like when I'm like I literally would be happy receiving anything on Art Fight, but I'm just like, I will be sad if I I would never be sad receiving an art piece, but I'm afraid of making other people sad because I don't know other people's expectations. And then I literally have never ever had a bad response to an Art Fight thing ever because like that's just, it doesn't happen. But anxiety is weird like that, you know? I've got Art Fight anxiety starting to settle in. And then I think about it for like 30 seconds and I'm just back to being excited, so I'll be fine. Shout out to my barber dog. I hate the stupid webtoon I want to kill. I'm sorry, man. I wish I could save you. I would save you, but unfortunately, this was a self-chosen hell. You did this to you. I don't want this music right now. No, no one even reads the shit. Why am I here? I'm sorry, man. Because you like the webtoon. Because some people do read it. Because you like these characters. I don't know, brother. Because you started a project that is important to you. Because you create out of love instead of fear. What else can I give you? I don't even know if I like all these lines. No, I do like it. Oh god, it's midnight. I gotta go to bed. That's my alarm. No. My alarm. The music died because midnight. It's midnight and my alarm just went off. No. This cannot be how we end this. Every Tunes of the Night can play. Alright, well, because this is my alarm went off, this is where it ends today. This is my art piece. My alarm went off, which means I have to go to bed, brother. I don't want to keep my OC icons as Sims because nobody will draw them, but I can't keep them as other people's art because I'm catfishing. Ali, you truly can keep them as Sims characters. I can't tell you how many people I have seen with Sims characters or Baldur's Gate characters or whatever, because people are going to understand that that is not your art style. People will still draw you. Especially if you attack first, people will still come draw you. Alright. So this is the art today. Good job, everybody. I had a very fun time. Yay, underwater lesbians. This will be up on the art fight eventually. I'll get that up there so that way we can... Oh, they're so pretty. This is the second time I've ever drawn them together, and it feels so much more like them in comparison to, like, this was the first time I drew them together. And, like, it is still them, but I think there's been some improvement and also, like, some development between them. Like, that's still correct. But there's just something about this that feels so much like them. My girls. Oh, I'm gonna get Bubbles in there. I'll get Bubbles in there later. All right. One quick word game and then we've got to go to bed. I wasn't playing this stream until midnight, but art is done. All right. You gotta do a little Blue Jay. You know what I mean? Holy shit. Hello, everybody. Oh my god. The ghosts have come to haunt you. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. This is like the worst time. Hello, everybody. My name is Almost Sander, and welcome home. Thank you so much for trusting your community with my community. We only bite sometimes. We were just working on art. I can show you really quickly before I wrap up. We're about to be ending the stream, but we're ending playing Contexto because that is how we always end our streams. But let me really quickly, I can still show you what we were working on. This is what we were working on today. Hello, this Slammer Angel. Thank you so much for the follow. I was drawing my lesbians today. These are my underwater lesbians. Hope you enjoy. My mods will do their best to give you a shout out. They'll figure it out eventually. The ghosts have come to haunt you. Thank you. Thank you. That's so cute. Thank you. These are my lesbians, Genesis and Brianna. If you have any interest in them, even a little bit, I am on Art Fight. This is my Art Fight. Here's more drawings of Brianna. This is also both of those lesbians. Look at them. I'm on Art Fight. If you guys are art fighters, I do all this stuff, so you guys can come and play. What were you guys doing on stream today? Anything fun over there? Hopefully fun stuff. Hopefully good stuff. They're so cute. Thank you. We were just gonna play Contexto. This is how we end every stream. Every time we stream, we end today with Contexto. So Blue Jay or one of the raiders, if you would like to do the honors and just give me any word at all, we can start. And I will just start our game with your guess word. We did the librarian game. I finally finished my No Magic run. Huge! Reese was telling me about the librarian game, and I actually have started thinking about, like, I might want to play that as well, because that sounds super fun. Yeah, it sounds like, oh, library, perfect word. Not the word of the day, but the word library is 6,725 words away. Now everybody's feel free to guess as much as you'd like. Whoa! Death! Random word fish got us to 4. Oh my god, that's like the second to best guess we have ever gotten. That was a fantastic guess. Okay, I will do seafood. Seafood is 5. Shark is 42. Whale is 105. It's me. Mermaid. It's not mermaid, we're getting further away. Rod. It's not rod. Sushi's closer. Damn, what a good guess. Scale. It's not scale. Gill. It's not gill. We're getting further away. Shrimp. Shrimp is closer. Top 3 words are shrimp, seafood, and fish. Give me more seafood. Salmon. Salmon is number 3. Salmon is number 3. Get me even closer. Clam. Clam is 64. It's not clam. Crab. Crab is number 8. Lobster. Lobster's number 10. Tuna. Tuna's number 2. Name me the number 1 fish. 4 is fish. 3 is salmon. Tuna is 2. What is the fish? Give me a fish. Don't just keep yelling fuck. The answer isn't fuck. It's a fish. Cod. It's not cod. It's 124 away. Snapper. It's not snapper. Trout. It's not trout. What is the fish? It's not tuna. It's not salmon. I'm saying catfish because I gotta. It's not catfish. Bass. It's not bass. Mussel. It's not mussel. Dear God, what is the fish? Top words are lobster, crab, shrimp, seafood, fish, salmon, tuna. What is the fish? Tilapia. It's not tilapia. Halibut. It's not a halibut. Clam has already been guessed. Clam is 64 words away. I don't know any fish. Oblivion's panicking. Sardine. It's sardine! Pin for Emily. Good job. The answer was sardine. Woohoo! Good job. Emily has gotten the fish today in 25 guesses it took us. Top words are sardine, tuna, salmon, fish, seafood, shrimp. Mackerel would have been number 7 for Reese. Crab, halibut, lobster, trout, gill, chicken, herring, and then down it goes. Good job, everybody. It is a fish kind of day. Let's do our Connexo and our Literoso quick, and then we're off to bed. 1 round of Connexo. Feel free to make your guesses in the chat. I'm going to try to do it on my own, and then I'll use your hints. Ooh, don't let me log in. Just let me play. Words today are John, Halvin and Cobbs, spaghetti, butternut, naps, yellow, Dilbert, lasagna, crush, apple, acorn, peanuts, foxtrot, sarcasm, bar, and floss. Now, I know spaghetti, butternut, and acorn are types of squash. I'm guessing yellow is the other of those. Halbert and Cobbs is a show, or Calvin and Hobbes is a show. And so is the Peanuts. And then we have John and Dilbert seem to both be names. Let's see. This one will be interesting. Halvin and Cobbs, yeah, I can, yeah, twice in a row is impressive. Calvin and Hobbes. Got it. Cool. Got you. Okay, yeah. Calvin, because Calvin and Hobbes is a comic strip, and so was Dilbert. All right. John, naps, lasagna, crush, apple, sarcasm, bar, floss. Apple and lasagna are foods. Naps. John, my instinct wants to be like apple, naps, bar, floss. Like, I want these three together, but I don't know what the other thing would be. What do we think, chat? Rotten says bar, floss, apple, crush. Oh, candy, apple, candy bar, candy, floss, candy, crush. Very smart, Rotten. Good job. Very good. That was very smart. Oh, Garfield. John, naps, lasagna, sarcasm, Garfield. As soon as John and lasagna were together, I understand. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. Last one letter Rosso round, and then we're done. I'm gonna start with shark as I usually do. Ooh, S and an R, but not in that order. The next word in my head is racism, and that's not what I want. But like, okay, that is the order, but no other words. Great, that didn't help me at all. There's an EN. ENE. Let's just get some letters out of here. Ooh, starts with a G. So G, R, not like there's a G and then another letter and then R. So Greece. Oh, we still don't know what it ends with. There's an ENE in there somewhere. And an S. Does it end? It might end in the S. It doesn't. It's not GR. GE. Okay, it does end in an S. Let's just get some letters out of there. O is in there somewhere. OU are together. What in the world? GE. Okay, we got it. Good God. That one was rough today. Pin for Reese for generous. Nice work. Nice, nice, nice. Espresso cell doesn't exist. So those are our word games for today. That is it. That is how it goes. So we are done for the day. Got him. All right, wonderful game today, everybody. Let's get ready to raid it. Let's get you out of here. See if anybody else is practicing for art fight. Let's see. There's a couple of people streaming some art right now. There's a I'm finishing this or so help me. Are we back? Art co-working vibes. Back on the grind, more prep. Also happy Pride. Making adopts. Working on silly free art comms. Subathon. Let me stick my head in this one and see what's going on.
I have 2 candidates. Gang.
This art is really cute.
I only have 2 little guys so far. I have none.
All right, we're gonna load up a raid over to somebody called Frogs TV. I have no idea who this person is. I've never raided them before. If they end up being a weirdo, I don't know you, you don't know me. We've never seen each other and scattered to the wind. If they end up being cool, give them a follow, hang around for a little bit and support the channel. I don't know this person. I will not be hanging around long, but I'm gonna send you guys over there. And that's about it. And I'll be back on Friday as per the usual. Do my best. Which is tomorrow, isn't it? Goddamn. Which is today, isn't it? God, you need to go to bed, brother. So, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and send your dad into a pool full of lesbians. Or I'll have no choice but to do it for you. Night chat. Bye, everybody. Oh, she's gonna load forever. Frogs TV, I need to send you my people. Be ready. Be ready. They're on their way. They're on their way.